caught up with John Arnold, our top analyst in the UC space. We asked him about some of the takeaways from the event, what's concerning people, what's exciting people, and a little taste of his panel talk later. Check it out. Hey John, great to see you. How are you?
Terrific. Good here, Matt. Nice to be in London.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a crazy city. And we're obviously here today at UCX, where we've got, everyone in the kind of unified computing space talking about, their challenges for the upcoming year, as well as, what's been concerning them, what's been exciting them. What are a lot of people saying here today?
Well, I think the main theme is cloud is the way to go. And a lot of companies are still struggling with how to deploy to the cloud, what kind of solutions they should be thinking about. Because everyone has a cloud story now from the vendor side, right? But the businesses are all thinking about not just do I go to the cloud, but how far do I take it? Because you could put almost anything in the cloud now. And the great news for this business is that communications technology has matured enough in the cloud to say, you know what, it's safe to do because it's, a lot of it's real time and it can't mess up. When you go off-prem, there's a risk for that, but it's proven that it can do the job, and that's, I think, a good validation for companies to say, let's invest more, putting our communications, our contact center, our CRM, all these things in the cloud. And then when it's all there, it's all in one place, and it's much easier to kind of integrate across all of these different applications.
Yeah, and I guess especially for the enterprise, there are certain things going a little bit unstable right now, especially like geopolitically and stuff like that. How do you feel the companies here how optimistic are they feeling for the next few years in terms of their business prospects?
Well, I think there's a lot of caution because the economy is not booming, but it's still doing okay. But still, you look at the tech sector, some of the big players have had to lay off people, right? So there's challenges everywhere. But the thing with the cloud that makes it, I think, right for the times is if they're cautious about where the economy is going and what the prospects are for growth, cloud is really, it's a consumable model, right? So you don't have to invest a lot of capital budget to go to cloud. If you have to scale back, if your business slows down, you can do it with cloud. When you go prem and you have a big hardwired system, you can't just scale it back. You have to keep using it. But so the cloud, that flexibility of scale, and that keeps the spend down, that's a good model in this, in a market that could have a lot of uncertainty ahead, financially, right?
Yeah, got it. Well said. And I understand you're covering maybe some of that on your panel discussion later. Could you tell us a bit about what you're kind of planning to talk about, what you're planning to hear?
Well, sure, Matt. So we have a panel at around noon today that I'm moderating, where we're looking at flexible work and new models for hybrid. So in other words, how are organizations managing this? So we've got a vendor, we've got a public sector organization that's speaking to their challenges, right? Because, you got multi-generational workplaces now. Some, older workers kind of tend to prefer being in office or around other people. The younger generation is a little more digital. They're more used to being kind of on their own, and working from home is well suits what they like to do, how they like to do things. So that's good. So the challenge is really when you have all these competing, preferences in the workplace, how do you keep everyone happy? So that's why we have, hybrid as the model. It's that balance of in office, at home, and we're all figuring it out as we go. No one has the answer. There's no blueprint for this. And that's why a panel like this is good, because you're going to hear from how people are approaching it, both from the vendor side and, of course, from the end user as well.
Got it. John, thank you so much for your time.
Terrific, Matt.
Cheers, pal.
Appreciate
Thank you.
it.